Great Ogoni people, great. Today I want to speak on the purported acquiring of OML11, that is the Ogoni oil, by the Rivers State government. And before I do that, I would like you to share this video and let it get to every Ogoni person home and abroad. First, I will give a quick advice to Governor Wike. Before you come into Ogoni land, or before you want to look at Ogoni case, the first thing you have to do is to get a copy of the Ogoni Bill of Rights. That document is going to give you an insight into what is at stake. I believe if he has done that, he will know that he has no business with Ogoni oil and gas. As far back as 1990, Ogoni people took their destiny into their hands. And since then, we've been on the road to freedom. You don't have any business acquiring Ogoni oil. In the first place, nobody has the right to sell Ogoni oil because that oil belongs to Ogoni people. Shell don't have any right over Ogoni oil. The oil belongs to Ogoni people. As far back as 1993, Shell was kicked out of Ogoni. They still had the license then. So, but when the license is issued to you by those who don't have the oil, that license is fake. Ogoni people did not give license to Shell, and that is why we kick them out. So whether you acquire it from anybody, it's still useless, it's fraudulent, it's fake. And that is what you have to know. And I want you to learn from history. There are names that in the archives of Ogoni, in the books of Ogoni, in the chronicles of Ogoni, in the history of Ogoni, there are names that when it is spoken, it sounds very, very stupid to the Ogoni people. There are names that when we hear, it irritates Ogoni people. And I want you to know that names like General Sani Abacha, Dauda Musa Komo, Paulo Contemo, Obi. These are people that perpetrated the kind of genocide against the Ogoni people. And when we hear those names, we don't feel good about it. And I want to ask you, Governor Wike, do you also want to add your name to those? Because the way you are going is like you want to add your name to them. And if you want to do that, it's up to you. But you are an Ikwere brother, and I feel it is important to advise you. Stay clear from Ogoni oil, because it is a case you cannot handle. It is beyond you. If you want to know, ask the federal government, ask Shell. You have to understand that it is only Ogoni people that can decide how their future will look like. And that is what we have done as far back as 1990, when Ogoni Bill of Rights was signed. So please, stay away. Let me tell you something you don't know. Ogoni case is like a volcano. And when it erupts, it consumes those on the wrong side. Maybe you are just testing waters. You are just testing the depth of the water. You are just testing ground. But I want you to know that it is bottomless. It is going to drown you. So please, stay away from it. I also want to tell Ogoni people, there are 3 things we have achieved so far. But if you know more, you can add. 1, we have achieved that the oil remain in the ground for as far back as 1993. That is an achievement, because if they don't want us to gain, then nobody will gain. Number 2, our people that were evacuated from the refugee camps to the Western world, at least they've been able to settle in the Western world and achieve something worthwhile for themselves, and has been able to also do 1 or 2 things back home. It is an achievement. Number 3, the UNEP report, though it has not been implemented, but it is a very legal document. It is a document that backs all we've been saying, all concerned when we talked about. They thought he was joking, he was lying, but that document is enough to prove to anybody in this world that Ogoni people are dying of environmental devastation. So those are the 3 things we have achieved. I want Ogoni people to know that we have died so much A lot of things has happened to Ogoni people. And if you look at Oloibiri, the first place that oil was drilled in Nigeria in 1956, that was where oil was discovered in Nigeria. Those people, they don't even have a toilet to their name. They don't even have anything, just a toilet where they can go to toilet, just a public toilet to their name. Nothing was done by the oil company or the federal government to those people. And so their environment is useless. Oil is gone. And the people are living in abject poverty. Do you also want Ogoni people to live like that? Because the only way that they can achieve that is when we allow them to drill this oil again. Ogoni people will achieve nothing. And I want us to know that this we cannot allow. We must do everything within our rights. We must do everything to ensure that the oil remains. If oil has to be exploited, Ogoni people must be the chief negotiator. Ogoni people must take the lead. The Ogoni Bill of Rights must be obeyed. It must be carried out to the letter. If we don't have political autonomy so we can decide our own fate, then nothing is done. Ogoni oil can never be moved. This we must all understand. This we must all know. Because the death of our men cannot go in vain. And I want each and every one of us to be very cautious, to be very careful. We know our history. Please, do your best to ensure that we keep the best of history for ourselves, for our generation yet unborn. Ogoni oil can never be exploited now. They can never drill that oil now until Ogoni Bill of Rights is settled. That is the only language we hear. The only language the Ogoni people hear is Ogoni Bill of Rights. Anything outside the Ogoni Bill of Rights, nothing. Ensure you tell this to yourself, tell it to your children, and tell it to whosoever that comes your way. That is our stand. Thank you, and God bless you.